Can it be your faith in
What is up, everybody? It's your boy. It's the Don. It's the Godfather.
It's the future Hall of Famer.
JD Legend, back again, responding to more baseless, unmitigated, ridiculous Sanji slander. I can't believe we're here again. I can't believe it. It's just like, I try to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? I try not to be toxic. I try to just have fun. You know, like, you guys know me. I like to have fun. I am not here to hurt people's feelings. I'm here to rattle some niggas, of course. I'm here to just, ruffle some feathers. You know what I'm saying? Something light like that. But today I was betrayed. I was betrayed by Mosshead Hunter. Or I don't know, what has he changed his YouTube name now? No, still Mosshead Hunter, yes. Brother Moss is a good friend of mine. Good friend of mine, Twitter mutual, you know what I'm saying? Lots of respect for my mans. But I was betrayed by Brother Moss. He told me, and I quote, I'm about to do Sanji justice. Like, I'm about to make a great Sanji video. Y'all gonna love it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited. Brother Moss is about to do us justice. And what does he do? He does this. And then I realized something. I completely forgot. I said, oh wait, Moss is a Zoro stan. I should have expected this, and I was played. I lost. I took an L. That's fine. We're grown men here. We can admit that. But you see, there's something about me that y'all should know, right? Everyone knows this about me. I'm built different, okay? You see, in all my years of conquest, violence, toxicity, it was never personal. But I'll tell you what, right now, what I'm about to do to these Zoro stands. Stubborn, annoying little Zoro stands. I'm gonna enjoy it very, very much. Let's watch this video and let's see what it is he had to say and whether we can debunk what it is that he had to say. Let's do it. Let's find out. Hey, let's do it.
The moment I knew One Piece would be one of, if not my favorite series, was when I first watched the Verity arc. That arc is what made me love One Piece, and it...
I know this nigga didn't say Verity, bro. I'm already tired. I'm already exhausted. The first thing he sees is, I see Zoro immediately. I'm like, alright, I see where we're going. Okay, Verity, okay, Verity. That's where we're at. Baratier, but it's Verity. But this is Moss. This is what he does. Alright, so we gonna let it go, but I'm still gonna comment on it. Okay, just wait. I'm gonna give it some time.
It just completely blew me away with all of its events. I got a lot of enjoyment out of that arc, but I probably owe most of it to Sanji. He was an amazing character.
He's lying.
And throughout the first half of the story, he was something special.
He's lying.
But now caught up to the current chapters of One Piece, I can say without a doubt, Sanji is a trash.
I hate this nigga Moss. I hate him. Why would he put my face? I hate this nigga Moss, bro. Oh my God. I did not see this coming. Oh my God, that's funny. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm sorry. I did not expect to see my face in this video. All right. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. Oh my God, I hate this nigga Moss, bro.
Now, before you go writing down in the comments about how much I suck Zoro's dick and why I should kill myself, let me tell you.
Oh, not the ass cash.
Haters. Yes, of course. But I believe most people hate Sanji for the completely wrong reasons.
Okay.
After thorough analysis, I discovered 3 major flaws with
I love his editing,
that make
bro.
him a trash ass character. The first 2 flaws really ruin his character, but it's the third one that truly makes him the worst Straw Hat. But I think for this video, we're just gonna stick with the first 2 flaws. Admittedly, I do like Zoro more than Sanji.
Of course.
In my opinion, a lot of the Straw Hats decline after the time skip.
True.
The only one who really doesn't is honestly Frankie. He's the only one whose character didn't deteriorate over the time skip.
Okay.
Luffy didn't mature. Zoro got stronger, but honestly kind of boring.
Yes,
but
sir.
Frankie, he got more super. But I'm not gonna lean back at y'all. I don't know.
I don't know. Brooke didn't really regress. Brooke was kind of good.
Like this is probably one of the stupidest shits I've seen from Oda. To be honest with you, like, this is a trash ass character design. Bro,
this character design is garbage. He's right.
Downgraded the most
Ridiculous.
Other than Sanji. Unlike most Sanji haters, I do not give a tontata's ass about power levels. I find it uninteresting to talk about who's this level or who's not. Like, honestly, I don't give a fuck. I say I'm more leaning towards the artistic elements of One Piece. Plot, character writing, world building, etc. Not to say I don't mind interesting matchups, and I definitely acknowledge the importance of consistent power scaling. But really, it doesn't matter to me if Sanji isn't as strong as Zoro or Luffy. I'm not gonna give a fuck.
And it should. And
I do know the monster trio is a thing, and apparently people hold them to a standard based on strength. But me personally, the only standard I hold the monster trio to isn't strength, but rather protection. And you know what? You don't have to be only strong to be a good protector. But at the same time, in my opinion, he had the best moments of protecting the crew. Better than anything Luffy or Zoro did. What happened to Mr. Prince that made a fool out of a deadly warlord? What happened to the savage who laughed at a god?
And I've talked about this before.
What happened to the hero who closed the gates of justice, rendering a fleet of warships useless?
You doing kind of good right now, you know what I'm saying?
Crew's asses in ways I honestly believed to be cooler and more meaningful than anything Zoro and Luffy did. But sadly, that Sanji died over the time skip. In Fishman Island arc, besides being a constant hindrance with his nosebleeds, he lit a giant with a mind of a child on fire. Punk Hazard, he saved Tashigi, or whatever the fuck her name is. Obviously, she's so important to the crew, right?
Listen.
To break his leg against Virgo. And then
alright, see, here's where I start. Alright, because listen. You know what? Let's do something. Hold on, right? I'm gonna do something very important. Alright. What is the definition of a fracture? Alright. A complete or partial break in a bone. Cause of bones fractures include trauma, overuse, diseases, weakened bones, all that other foolishness. Alright. Sanji did not break his leg. Clean break, whatever you want to call it. It's a fracture. Oh, that's funny. It says it right here. Also called a broken bone. All right, we just gonna keep moving. All right, never mind. I ain't say nothing. Yo, Vor, delete this. Like, Vor, please. Vor not gonna listen to me. He's not gonna listen to me. I see you, Vor. You're not gonna listen to me. He's not gonna listen to me. That's crazy.
What does Sanji do? He ditches the crew he's supposed to be protecting just to have fun. He falls in love with Viola, who to be fair does become a helpful ally later, but it doesn't really compare to pre-time skip. And when he realizes that the crew he left got into trouble, he runs over as quickly as he can. But turns out they took care of the Doflamingo pirates. He didn't contribute shit. Now Dolphy, a true friend, goes to rescue his family and is about to kill these guys. But Sanji comes in and doesn't burn a single hair on Doflamingo's hairy ass leg and buys the crew about 10 seconds before they all die, until Law has to come and shamble them the fuck out of there. Do you see what I mean? I'm not asking Sanji to be stronger, no. Do you think Sanji was strong enough to be Crocodile or Enel? Absolutely not. But even though he was weaker, he made an impact. He had a plan. He did some cool ass shit that Zoro couldn't possibly do. As a Zoro fan, I'll admit Zoro wouldn't be able to plan the shit that Mr. Prince was.
I see what Monster's doing.
But can you really say Sanji ever had a decent plan post time skip? I didn't even mention Whole Kick.
You know what? He kind of spitting. I ain't gonna lie. He kind of spitting. Like, he framed that correctly. He said, listen, Sanji chased Viola because she was baddie. Don't get me wrong. I would have gone too. We seen Viola. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? I saw Viola. I'm just like, I would have ran away. Like, who? Straw Hat crew. I ain't part of the Straw Hats. What you talking about? I'm just a nigga. But it's true, because Sanji did just leave the crew. I understand that, but everybody else went on their own. Everybody else had their own agenda that they had to take care of. Sanji went off with the woman and the female, and it happens and it's normal. Okay, whatever. I get it. Oda keeps putting Sanji in these situations where it's just like, why are you just insulting him? Like, you're just making fun of him. Like, okay, he saved the crew from Doflamingo. Like Ma said, 10 seconds. All of a sudden, boom. Oh, I'm getting bodied. Look at me. There was no chance I was going to fight Doflamingo. I just got to see Sanji get clapped. Granted, again, he did stop the crew from immediate danger. He did. And then Law had to take him out of there, right? Law didn't beat Dofi either, so it doesn't matter what you guys say. Law and Sanji were not beating Dofi in that situation. No matter what. It was a losing situation for everybody involved. So I wouldn't use that to slander Sanji, but I see what Moss is saying. I see it, but at the same time, without Sanji, the crew is dead, period. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Let's talk about his backstory in Whole Cake. Like I said before, the Verity arc is what made me love One Piece.
Stop.
When I first watched that arc, that's when I knew One Piece was the GOAT. Especially the Sanji and Zeph flashback.
This man really had a Naruto picture when he said go. Hold on, let's go back to that. You think I ain't see that, Moss? You must think I'm crazy. Hold on.
When I knew One Piece was the GOAT.
Nope. I need to go back. We're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch this one.
Made me love One Piece.
We're gonna catch this.
Hold on.
Watched
that arc, that's when I knew One Piece was the GOAT.
Wrong! Wrong! I'm gonna repeat again. Wrong! Don't think I ain't see that. Alright, my nigga. We gonna talk about this later. Cap. Naruto ain't bad, but it ain't no GOAT. You know what the GOAT is. LeBron James. Bad.
But in Whole Cake Island, Sanji got another one. One with the mysterious fancy colored Germa 66 and his true family, the Vinsmokes. This is exciting, right? No, bitch! What the fuck am I reading?
This is cap.
Might as well start with the things I like about the Germa, right?
Okay.
I like how they add to the lore of the North Blue, of once ruling it, but now they have no land to call a kingdom. The fact that they have science is really unique and cool, and it's a good way to bring in Vegapunk into the story. The Vinsmokes as assassins is nice, although I don't really get why they are, to be honest. What kind of stealthy assassins wear these bright ass fruitcake clothes? You know what I'm saying? like
he not
I've
wrong.
never seen no stealthy assassins with bright clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to put out there.
Spit.
You know, at the same time, this is One Piece. And
that's what I'm saying. It is One Piece.
Like wacky combos that look weird as shit. So I guess it's okay for One Piece. But if they fit so well into the One Piece world, why do I?
To be fair, if you watch the Kame Got Killed, right? And this is not the best reference, but if you watch the Kame Got Killed, they're all colorful and, you know what I'm saying, fancy and whatnot, because they are still assassins, but it's all about their efficiency and quickness in which they kill. For me, the Vinsmoke, they have science that is tethered around immense power in small spaces, right? So if you look at I think it's Niji, blue-haired nigga. Let's call him blue-haired nigga. My man is allegedly light speed. Allegedly, right? Got the tachyon stuff and whatever. That's clean, right? Then you got Niji. First of all, they're all fast. They can all fly because they all got boosters in their legs. So they're already quick. Virtually, if they see a normal person, immediately, they're finished. No normal person will be able to survive attack from the Vinsmokes, especially a stealth one as well. So, okay. I see what he's saying, but you can't disqualify that. You can't. They still assassins. It happens. It's anime.
Let me ask you, what does this have to do with Sanji? Ignoring the fact that they're related, what connects Sanji to these weird cyborg Nazi royals? Absolutely nothing. And I don't say this to mean they had zero impact on his life, though it's almost trivial compared to Zeph. I just mean the Vinsmokes are sorta out there. They're fine on their own, but even though Sanji was foreshadowed to be from the North Blue 16 years ago, I'm almost 100% certain that Germa 66 wasn't. Just think about it. When Sanji first appeared on the orbit ship and his flashback, there was literally no indication that he came from this. There's no establishment or setup that he had a traumatic childhood months, if not weeks before. His past is similar to Sanji, right? No family, he gets taken care of by a father figure, he learns a trade. But the major difference is that we have a slight indication of where Frankie came from. He said his parents hated him, he was abandoned, he's roughed up, he's angry. This highly contrasts Sanji's strange normal-esque life in the beginning of his flashback. A story similar to the one of Germa would make more sense for a character like Frankie, and honestly, it really would. The Germa 66 are cyborg Nazis, and the whole cyborg and technology theme just fits well with Frankie more. But anyway, I'm starting to go on a tangent. You can't tell me that Frankie wouldn't fit better in his backstory. Literally, if this was Frankie's backstory, it would just fit in much smoother. But anyways, like I said, I'm going on a tangent now. That's not the main point of this video. Germa's problems don't stop there. No. The Vinsmokes as characters are very bland, and I lost interest in them very quickly. They're just snobby royals, and even though Reiju is nice to Sanji, just nothing really else to her character.
Nothing, you're right.
The brothers and Judge give to Sanji doesn't carry any weight. No point in trying to make us feel bad for Sanji when we already felt bad for him 20 years ago.
Okay, so I'll disagree here. This is where I'll disagree. One, with Sanji's backstory, I understand that we didn't have any inkling that this would be what his true pain, like, we had no inkling of what his true backstory would be, right? I understand that. The thing that I've noticed with this is that Sanji is a naturally kind person. That's something that he's always had. He's been bullied for being naturally kind, right? So I guess in that moment in time, Oda only wanted to show the naive, childlike side of Sanji. Also, Sanji's also in a situation where he was on a ship full of cooks and he was kind of chilling, vibing a little bit. Then the Zeph pirates come. Then he gets stranded. Then it's just like, okay, well, this is do or die. My life is over. What am I gonna do? And he wants to go to the All Blue, right? And that moment in time, you're not really gonna show like they never really had any dialogue to talk about it. Like I don't think it's necessary at all. I think that flashback was specifically to highlight the relationship between Zeph and Sanji, right? The purpose of that flashback was only to highlight the relationship between Zeph and Sanji and what it meant to him. And then to make that flashback even better, we go to another flashback. So I believe this Germa flashback actually is extremely important for making the Zeph flashback even better than it already was, because then you take into context that there's somebody who actually risked their life for Sanji and his dream. It meant so much more to him after we know what he went through, which is why Zeph is such an important father figure to him. So then you take this Germa flashback, you go to the Zeph flashback, you're like, oh my god, Zeph's amazing and he did more for Sanji than he'll ever know. Then you go to the decision with Robin, you go to the decision with the decision to what's the decision that they hated? The decision for him kicking Luffy, for him actually leaving the Straw Hats in the first place to go to Whole Cake Island, all because of Zeph, because Zeph literally saved his life, he saved his mind, he saved his innocence, he saved his kindness. Zeph saved everything that we love about Sanji in that moment, and the Germa flashback is to emphasize that point. It's to emphasize the importance of a father figure like Zeph, which is why the Germa flashback hit. It hit, and I believe it was absolutely necessary. I agree with the fact that the Germa are kind of non-factors and not really characters, but they abused the hell out of that little nigga. Like, he's been in a situation where he was the inferior all the time, no matter what. Nobody liked him. Nobody viewed him as anything more than a nuisance at all. Everybody. So then for someone like Zeph, who's also a well-known, well-renowned pirate, they're starving to death. Zeph takes all the gold, gives Sanji all the food, and says, hey kid, listen, if I die, I want you to find the All Blue. Go ahead, man. You remind me of myself when I was young. That's the kindness Sanji needed in his entire life. Because to that point, we've never seen anyone be kind to Sanji ever until Zeph. Ever. So that's my argument to that, and I disagree. That Germa flashback was gas, it hurt, and it was painful. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying to that, my boy.
There's no motivation in the abuse either. Apparently, they were born without emotions because of power, I guess.
That was cap.
Yeah, their powers are really cool, and I'm a sucker for colors. But that doesn't nearly make up the sheer gap between the characterization of the siblings and Sanji. They just don't compare at all. Even the themes Oda tries to convey in the flashback just pale in comparison to those of Barity. A backstory's main point is to develop a character, make us realize why they are the way they are. But the Germa flashback just...
But it did.
Tries to fill in holes that are already filled. Sanji already developed enough through his Barity flashback. There's no need to waste panels reminding us that Sanji likes to cook and shit. We know this motherfucker knows how to cook. We know why he likes to cook. The flashback is...
But... Actually, let me finish this point.
Nothing but an attempt to jerk tears straight from our eyes by turning Sanji into Cinderella and repeatedly having him tortured for the sole reason he's different. Like the back...
Now, I would argue that one, we didn't actually know why Sanji liked to cook or where that cooking came from. We always assumed it came from Zeph, but no, that's not the case. Him loving to cook came from the Germa flashback. That's something we did not know about Sanji, so that helped. Again, it's like the origin of Sanji's personality, why he came to be who he truly is. He maintained his kindness outside of all the other Germa who lost all their empathy whatsoever. I'm sure they have... I hate how they say that they got rid of the emotions of all of the Germa siblings except for Sanji and like Reiju, I think, or something like that. I think that's cap. We definitely see some emotions from time to time or some of that nature, right? Would you consider lust is not really an emotion? It's more of an urge. Did they ever get angry? No. I don't know. I swore that was cap, bro. I swear that's cap. I'm gonna have to. You know what? I might have to reread Whole Cake. Because the Germa, I never really paid attention to them at all to begin with. He's right. The characterization of the Germa didn't really do anything for me at all besides to build Sanji's character, and that's it. But this flashback was so much more important than Moss is making it out to be, in my opinion.
But with so much potential to be a great story, expanding on Sanji's life, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like somebody shit in my mouth, and it doesn't leave for the rest of the arc. Like I said, they're basically filling in holes that are already filled. And I'm serious when I say it had potential to be different. But this whole premise of the Sanji and Germa's role is just a ripoff of Robin's past. Dark past comes back to haunt the hero, who is left with no choice except to become a sacrificial lamb to save their friends. Until ultimately those same friends deploy a plan to save said hero, and thus returning everyone back into the same happy state they were in. And just like I said before, Germa doesn't leave as much of an impact as pre-timeskip, and it's because of that lack of impact that it really hurt Sanji's character. Their connection to Sanji was so hyped up to the point where the Vinsmokes is now a part of who Sanji is, and frankly, if they're gonna be bad characters, Sanji's gonna have to be bad too.
He said, forgot to make an outro with Enjoy Your Day. Wait for part 2 next week. Alright, nigga. So listen. He brought up some extremely good points here. These are valid criticisms. I would say these are valid criticisms. They're not toxic, they're not baseless. The only thing that I would truly argue with here is that the Germa flashback was useless, when I think that's absolutely cap. I disagree vehemently. Like, I completely disagree. That Germa flashback was one of the saddest backstories I've ever experienced. Like, it hurt me immensely. Now, you can say that Sanji never showed signs of this until Whole Cake Island, which is interesting, and if you prefer us to be showing hints of it, then I understand, okay. But again, the importance of Zeph, we already knew Zeph was important to Sanji. We knew, just from what we saw at the screen. But from the Germa flashback, like I said before, Zeph is so much more important now. So much more important. And then you see like the decisions that Sanji makes where people are like, why would he not kick a woman ever? Like, that doesn't make any sense just because of his morals. No, because Zeph is the only father figure he ever had in his life. So as a result of that, we understand that Sanji will never go against Zeph's ideals because of what he went through with the Germa. Look at Judge. If anything, I feel like he missed how much Judge affected Sanji. As a child who needs his father was probably the complete opposite of what the father should be to him. Discarded him, watched his brothers abuse him, didn't bat an eyelid to him, watched his mother die, didn't care about anything regarding Sanji. And also, Sanji's mother, which is also important. Sanji's love for cooking also came from the fact that his mother cherished his cooking and made him feel like, oh, I made my mother happy even though she's sick because of my cooking, and I want to keep cooking for my mama. And guess what? Mama died, and now all of a sudden Sanji's like, all I don't have anything else, I'm dying. Oh my god. And then his brothers came, oh, you're dying and your mom died, guess what, we're gonna whoop your ass, little nigga, and then just beat the shit out of him. And what happens? Judge is like, and that's it. I'm just like, wow, this is horrible. I'm in pain. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody they need to enjoy the Germa flashback, but my point is that it's definitely not useless. It's not. Now, in regards to Oda cheating us of the Sanji we saw in pre-timeskip, I've been banging that drum for years. Oda, again, if Sanji does not get some sort of defining moment in Wano worthy of pre-timeskip Sanji, you gonna hear from me immediately. And I'm not kidding. But shout out to Brother Moss. You played me. You made me believe that she was gonna praise him. You kind of did a little bit, actually, in the beginning, pre-timeskip Sanji, like everybody does. But the difference is, I can appreciate Sanji, and I still have hope. You have lost hope, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. That's fine. But you betrayed me, and this is your fault. So die. And that's it. I'm out. JD Legend is out. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Discord. Check out the Anime Soul Discord. I'm out. Take care.
On my blunts like purple red. She was reaching out cause she want come and smoke with me. Love my